I came across an alternative wedding vendor.
I'm an alternative wedding vendor. You never know what color my hair is going to be at your wedding.
But if she shows up with turquoise hair, and that doesn't mean I think less of those people, because now I know immediately I don't want to go to that wedding.
Have people said that to you recently? Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I heard that.
You know, it's an improv podcast. I'm doing my best here on the fly.
Maybe
and have that one written down.
Up to date here.
If you're listening audio only, Jake and I just touched tongue. Subscribe to YouTube to see it. The Stanley cups are out. It's all about the Owala bottles.
Owala. Yep.
Tell me about this.
My wife has never owned a Stanley, but has an Owala for every finger. She's rolling an Owala.
Early adopter. Adopter.
You should see her adapt too, though. She is 6 a.m. She'll adapt. Yeah, she is early adapter. Yeah, they're great. They've got because the Stanley. I think you have to spend a lot of money to get a Stanley that'll fit in a cup holder, like what Katie has.
Right. Oh yeah.
Owala's
wasn't
you get
the opposite of that.
You get a quality water bottle with a straw, and it fits in the.
So you have a wife that's a real bargain hunter.
Yes.
What's that like?
Well, if you think she bargains well, you should see her adapt.
Yeah. No, Katie, you do a good job.
I was gonna say, what?
How she sometimes does Rachel pick bizarre things to be frugal about?
Yeah, it's not predictable.
It's not at all.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So Rachel went to the airport. She had her bachelorette party a couple weeks ago. It is pouring down rain. It is thunderstorming, and she's already running late. This is a recipe to say, hey, spend extra money, park in the garage, park in the valet something. We're just like, no, I don't want to spend that. And I was like, well, you have to park at the economy lot. You got to wait on a shuttle in the rain. How long is that going to take? You're already running late. She's like, no, I don't want to spend the money. I'm like, I'm in charge of the money. I know we can afford it. She's like, I don't want to spend the money. I was like, please spend the money.
Yeah.
I couldn't get her to do it.
Yeah. It's just one Owala bottle. Like, picture it that way.
Oh, but at the same time, we've got 3 half-drank coffees in our fridge right now.
Yeah.
Like, when are we getting around to these?
That's a great way to spend your money. It is confusing. It really is. We're back. Correct opinions. Thanks for listening. Give us 5 stars. That's all we need, okay? We have a great episode today. We got a Kristin Cavallari update. Christian Activewear.
Yep. It's hot.
All that and more. So sit back, relax, roll music.
Correct opinions. Correct opinions.
Katie, whoa.
Yeah?
I'm not drinking a beer.
Are you sure?
It's Liquid Death, healthy beverage brand.
How do I know it's healthy?
I love drinking this. Well, because I think it's illegal for them to say that and not be.
Okay. Cool.
FCC, it's a lot of bureaucratic stuff.
We love Liquid Death. We got it. We get one every episode of the studio here, and Liquid Death is a healthy beverage brand. Why is it called Liquid Death? Because Liquid Death will brutally murder your thirst, and their infinitely recyclable cans helping bring death to single-use plastic bottles. They donate a portion of profits every year to help kill plastic pollution. Crack open a can and just take a big gulp because you deserve to be hydrated and it to be delicious while you do it.
Can I tell you guys something?
Yep.
Just this past week, Rachel asked me and said, hey, can you stop drinking out of plastic bottles? Because I saw one TikTok that it can hurt reproduction. I said, great. Liquid Death it is.
Well, you're in luck.
I'm going to be as fertile as they come.
You can get free shipping of Liquid Death's mountain water flavored sparkling and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime, or grab a can or a case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or on Instacart. Go to liquiddeath.com/Trey to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. We love Liquid Death. You will too. That's liquiddeath.com/Trey. Liquiddeath.com/Trey. We got an update from Kristin Cavallari, who's dating one of the Montana boys. As we know, we talked about famously in a recent episode. Let's see how they've been doing.
I'm going to give you another story about Montana, just how sweet this man is, okay? So we're in Mexico. It's our first night there, and I'm getting ready for dinner.
Quick,
and he's
that's his.
So his name is Montana.
Is that his name, or is she like being discreet?
I'm very. That's not his name, right?
That's not a good look for the rest of the boys. If it's like, what should we call our crew? I'm like, what if you, me, Jake, we're cute guys. Okay. We have other cute friends.
It's hard to think of names for stuff like this.
We call it the Trey Boys.
Because there's 3 of us?
And I'm always like the grand finale.
Because it's kind of like,
yeah,
we all live in Kansas. What if we were like the Kansas boys?
No. His name is Mark.
Mark! No wonder she's like, I gotta call you Montana, dude. I mean,
That's so interesting. And also, just a little thing, why not Montana men? Just is a little better and makes it seem like you're not 19.
Because they are
Z.
Because they're not.
boys.
They are pretty close to being boys.
Yeah.
All right, what's she have to say? What Montana Mark do?
He's like, I'm going to go to the ATM. Goes to the ATM, comes back. Okay. We're leaving for dinner. And outside of our villa on the front porch is a huge vase. Okay. And we're walking out and he's like, oh my God, did you see that lizard? And I was like, no, what, where? He reaches his hand in this vase and I'm like, what the f-? I'm like, you're going to like pull out this lizard? And he pulls out a bouquet of flowers and he gave it to me. And I was just like,
Wait.
the thought that went into that blows my mind because he could have gone and gotten me a bouquet of flowers and just brought them back to the room and given them to me. But he hid them. He came up with his little story. Like the whole thing was just so sweet.
I'd say.
Man, I mean,
The bar is low.
props to Montana Mark. She does seem like a great gal to be dating. I mean, you're like, what? Is that a lizard? Psych, roses. She's like, oh my gosh.
The thought.
It's the amount of you had to buy the flowers and
Beforehand.
then not just give them to me, but then like be like,
Come up
what?
with this amazing
We are like
fake
in a
lizard
place
story.
with lizards. Oh, there's a lizard in there. It's
Genius.
maybe. Is it the worst look more than anyone for Jay Cutler? What was, I mean, did he never
Yeah,
even
I
do a
mean,
single thing for?
that's
She's
what
like,
I was
oh
thinking
my
too.
gosh.
Yeah, maybe it looks worse for Jay than even for her. The bar is so low.
I mean, Montana Mark is just, he knows this relationship is not going to last. He's like, I just got to keep her pulled in for as long as I can. This is really good for the boys. We got to keep this branding up.
Yeah, he
I
is.
could do the fake lizard trick.
Yeah,
He is for the boys.
yeah.
Dude, just hit her with the fake lizard.
Yeah.
I could do the fake lizard. I mean, yeah, he's borderline like a up close street magician, and she's in love with it. It's like the thought. I mean, the sleight of hand.
Is there a bunny in that hat? Psych. Daffodils. Do you give girls daffodils?
No, I don't.
I mean,
I haven't.
Who knows what any of the flowers besides roses?
I
It
know
blows my mind
some.
when people are like, "Wow, I love those you got there in your garden. What are those? Are those lilacs?" And you're
Huh.
like, why would I know that?
Well, I forgot it's geranium season. Like, dude, get a play a sport or something. I don't know how you know that.
I no clue. Do you know your flowers? Do all girls know flowers?
I know some of them.
What's your favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite, honestly.
Yeah, some of the listeners are like, he doesn't know that. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
She likes the
just-
dead ones. Well, yeah, you had dead ones. You're like, look, they're just like dried up tan leaves.
I had like
Katie
a,
likes the thorns.
I had like a dried bouquet for like fall. It was like
Dried
brown
dead.
and tan. It was a,
You were dead. What I
They
said
were
was
dried.
not false.
It wasn't dead. It had been deprived of water for 2 weeks and
They
started
were-
to dry out.
but they
Yeah.
weren't like gross dead. They were
gave me
preserved
flowers.
at
They
their
were
peak
alive.
beauty.
They're preserved. Oh, kind of like frozen fruit,
Yeah.
like
what do you think of
locked in time.
a baby's breath?
Very pretty. Yeah.
I forget.
nice.
I learned
weeping
about
willows.
that for our wedding.
Pussy willows.
What?
Derek, grow up. That's ridiculous.
That
Derek, time
what's
out.
ridiculous is that you're like, I don't know any flowers. Oh, I know this one. How old are you?
How old are you guys? I just what's came to my head. It's a plant.
Yeah, that's the only one you know. That's so immature.
Mushroom.
You knew daffodils. You knew that was a
Daffodil.
flower.
I said 4 to 5 before I said that.
Trey and I would do all right in a flower naming contest against other heterosexual males. For the record, if anyone wants to challenge
Got it.
us.
You're up next.
Oh, tulip.
You're up, Trey.
Good game. I really can't think of another.
Never mind.
And so now it's even a better look because I saved that inappropriate one to the last one.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't want to have to
Okay.
say it, but I
And-
had to battle them.
I dare
I
to say,
see.
I also had my inappropriate one as the last one. Derek.
Don't laugh. Do not laugh, Derek.
Derek,
We
it's-
swear
it's
you're
just-
fired if you laugh. Say it.
Oh, it was the last one. It was tulip.
So we're happy for Kristin. I hope they get married. And if they do you think they'll have a typical wedding? Because if they don't, I came across an alternative wedding vendor.
What does that mean?
Roll the footage, would you please, Derek, as your final task.
I'm an alternative wedding vendor. I'm gonna get you a bounce house for your wedding.
Whoa, it's a clown. Whoa.
I'm an alternative wedding vendor. I love that you want to have a first sword fight instead of a first dance. I'm an alternative wedding vendor.
Man, I wanted
We're going
to
to
see
have a
that
drag
video.
queen
Yeah.
MC. I'm an alternative wedding vendor. We're going to get your whole polycule involved in your wedding day.
What's that
I'm an
word?
alternative wedding vendor. Hell yeah, you can have your wedding at a haunted house. I'm an alternative wedding vendor. I know which chairs fit fat bodies. I'm an alternative wedding vendor. Of course, we're going to have an introvert corner. I'm an alternative wedding
Stop
vendor.
saying that phrase.
You never know what color my hair is going to be at your wedding.
Okay, now,
Good find.
I'm not joking. All I'm going to say is it's nice to know that she described an alternative wedding because now I know immediately I don't want to go to that wedding. And that doesn't mean I think less of those people. But if she shows up with turquoise hair,
Yes.
Nobody knows what to say.
polycule.
I looked it up.
You guys haven't been down that TikTok? It is a wild
Is
ride.
that my
Oh
best?
my-
Okay, let's both guess what a polycule is.
Okay, I haven't read it yet.
Is it
Polycule.
something we should know?
We're gonna guess what a polycule is. I think
you guys
it
are
is.
bigots.
I think it's when it's kind of like a marriage is like two people. I think it's more of like a team unit, 4 to 6 who are all one, and it's like this kind of our.
This is a kind of our polycule. My best guess is it's kind of like the third installment of, or like, it's like it starts off as like Charmander, and then as you work your way up, you get to Charizard. I think a polycule is like when you like have dyed hair and are non-binary and want a sword fight and are in a haunted house. It's like, oh, we hit the Grand Slam. Yeah, you
That's a
polycule.
good guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked it up because I was.
Oh yeah.
A polycule is a network of people in so far so good for Trey, a network, that's pretty much what you described,
Team.
non-monogamous relationships. That's it.
Yeah,
That's what you said. Yeah. The term is a
wow.
combination of the word poly and molecule. Oh. So anytime we're together, are we a polycule? Because we have molecules and there's
No, because
more
I think
than
that
one of us?
are all dating each other.
Ah.
So I don't think we are.
Well,
Yeah,
the word
if
molecule.
she said I'll involve your polycule. I mean, what alternative wedding would invite their polycule?
Well, maybe
My whole wedding was
involve it-
filled with polycules. Poly means many. And
They are simultaneously and consensually being in multiple serious romantic relationships.
yeah, you did nail it. It's like an amoeba of
Nailed it.
partners.
Also, isn't it kind of offensive to both the polycule and fat people? Like, why'd she throw in fat people out of nowhere? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean they're necessarily fat.
It was a little off the beaten path there.
right.
Like
Fat people don't have polycool. Polycool people aren't all fat.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to
That's like being like, I'm doing a suburban wedding. Of course, we'll play folk music as you walk down the aisle.
I don't think
I do a suburban wedding. Of course, we'll do the mom-daughter dance. I'll do a suburban wedding. I will not remove black people. We'll do a suburban.
hey,
You're like, whoa,
hey.
why'd you throw that in
Why'd
there?
you say that?
No one's thinking that. And finding bigger chairs is not hard. The other stuff, getting swords and bounce houses, that seems maybe
The
tough
sword
to
fight was
procure.
one of the only ones she didn't like show a video or an image for.
Well,
and I was
that's
really.
not. I mean,
hoping for
TikTok
that.
She's
doesn't
hoping
allow
to
that type
get
of
one
content.
of those weddings.
That's
She hasn't got it yet.
I
She's-
see. That's like would be the best. Okay.
It's intriguing because it doesn't feel like it takes a special set of skills to do alternative wedding coordinating versus regular wedding coordinating. Like people want things, you go get them things. What does she have a special phone that can only call bounce houses? We can all hire a bounce
That's
house
true.
to
It's
be
kind of like
there.
the wedding planner. I guess that's there. You're like, oh my god, hurry! We like we're short on flowers. Go get more willows. Go. And I guess her would be like, oh, we forgot the guy liner. Hurry. Or something, oh, there's not enough cauldrons for the haunted house.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And she knows.
Where's the fake
It's like,
blood?
say no more.
I can't. So you found that?
Yeah, that was on my algorithm.
Good for you.
I commented on it. Said I'm fine with everything but the colored hair.
It is funny she threw in also, you're going to need bigger chairs.
What do you think a haunted house wedding is like? I mean, we do go to the same type of wedding as mono. What would be the term? Monocule?
Molly, it's just molecule.
Molecule weddings? It is kind of the same. What do you think a haunted house one is like?
Really, they're just cheapskates, and because you can get like a discount if you have a Friday the 13th wedding. So if you're in a haunted house,
Yeah,
like,
like-
oh, you can get married here, $500.
Like, this place is abandoned. There's cobwebs everywhere. They're like, leave it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
What do you
We'll
think
take
their
it.
vows are like on a haunted house one? What do you think? If you're the
You say spooky?
Spooky.
okay, Katie, you officiate. I'm the bride. Jake's the groom.
Great.
Our sword fight will be later. You officiate, okay? We're at a haunted house wedding. So Jake's at the altar by himself. I haven't walked in yet.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. If we could all stand for the bride as she walks down the aisle, not only is her dress white, her face is also painted white.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm down by myself. My dad and I, we have a complicated relationship. It's very complicated.
She is dressed
Love
a
him.
little
Love him, and he's
ghost-like.
here, but it's complicated.
If anyone, I know it's hard for some people to see her. She's a ghost, but she's coming down the aisle.
Oh my gosh. There she is.
Boo. It's finally here.
If you guys could take each other's hands, and
It's just going through.
I can't.
We
She's
can't. It's part
transparent.
of the theme.
oh well,
We
you're
said not to say that.
the groom is a goblin naturally, so. If you guys could confess your love to each other and the vows you've written for one another.
Of course.
Why would it be ladies first? It's not obvious. It's you first.
Yep. Goblin goes first.
Of course. Thank you. I promise to always be there to clean out your ears, whether you're asleep or awake. I promise to.
Chair broke in the back.
You may share one now as well. Thanks.
I promise to always feed all 3 of your lizards. The real lizards, no Kristin Cavallari. Let us touch tongues to commemorate. If you're listening audio only, Jake and I just touch tongue. Subscribe to YouTube to see it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, if you got an alternative
I
wedding,
mean-
I would love to. I would go.
I was gonna
I'd have a
say
great
this
time,
seems
honestly.
pretty entertaining, honestly.
It really is. Besides the same deal every time.
Polyamory has a flag, if you guys were wondering.
It has a what?
A
Oh, a
flag.
flag.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Is that
like, Derek.
pie?
Why does it have
That's
a pie?
pie, right?
That's exactly pie.
Yeah.
What's
That
the-
makes sense.
Does it?
It does.
3.14 of them.
Pie.
What does a pie mean? You know, I saw a little fun fact real quick.
Oh, I Googled it. Makes sense.
It's way over my head right now. What am I missing?
Pi, infinite amount of
Oh,
decimals.
Duh.
Infinite partners. Also, they love pi because they're huge.
that's not true. Okay, big people don't have to be poly. Poly people don't have to be big, and I stand by that. And put that on my tombstone.
It's a huge tombstone. Like they are.
But I learned that this is a quick, fun science fact. If you had a rope go around the equator of the Earth, on top of it, right, all the way around.
I
You
saw this. I know where
Okay,
you're going.
Don't answer.
I won't.
Katie.
I won't.
I don't know this
Derek?
at all.
Don't know.
Katie's gonna have a great guess.
And they said, wait, we need that rope to be a foot off the ground across the whole Earth. How much more rope would you need? I'm guessing you guys don't know.
No.
Double?
Good guess.
Double the length of rope.
I don't think double. I have no idea.
Somewhere between 0 and double.
Good guess, Katie.
A foot more. Just kidding.
6.28. 2 pi. 6.28 feet.
Yeah, so you're actually pretty close. A foot is really close.
So
2 pi. 2 pi. And that's the same for if you put
Any sphere.
any sphere.
if you put a rope a foot away from any sphere,
Yep.
Like if it was around it and then you needed it a foot off of it.
It'd be 2 pi, no matter what, 2 pi. Fascinating, right? You picture a square. Picture a square. Is the same video you saw?
Yep.
Yeah. So picture a square, and they just go. We just need it to go. Poof. What would you be? You'd be short each little corner, no matter how big it was. It's tough to describe. Anyway, yeah, crazy, right?
Wow.
And
I
it's
don't think
impossible
I
to fold
learned
a
that
piece of paper
math.
7 times. It's crazy.
That's crazy too.
I didn't learn that math in engineering
Last
school.
crazy one.
Keep going.
It is if you shuffle a deck of cards, the odds are that is the first time that deck of cards has ever been that order in the history of time.
Yeah,
That's
I don't,
crazy.
I don't
That's
see-
crazy.
You know,
And March Madness bracket, the odds of you making a perfect bracket are like a thousand times less likely than winning the lottery.
Especially if you leave out a game.
Especially if you leave out a game,
Yeah.
which I did. Dude, how cool. They posted my bracket. That was awesome. They hit me up. I was like, this is kind of sick. And so the official March Madness Instagram, if you missed this, they posted my bracket and they hit me up. So I'm assuming they're just hitting a bunch of like influencers and whatever. I was sandwiched in between Joe Biden and Jimmy Fallon. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And they posted a whole bunch of random athletes, but I was honored to be a part of it. And I left one blank,
You didn't even choose a winner of one game.
which was funny.
you
And people were like-
playing no one.
They're like, bro's still thinking about who's winning. Whatever. I just said COVID game. It's a COVID game. And the first 8 games I got right. So
Even
then
a
all of
couple
a sudden
upsets.
I'm really
Yeah.
cheering. Like, dude, what if I'm like I nail them all and they post me, and it fell apart. And there was a certain NFL player that had the perfect picks day
That was
one,
crazy.
and they did repost them.
Yeah.
So I was like, they were
were
like,
down
I wonder
to
if
do
they're going
it.
to repost someone who's going to perfect. They were down to do it if I did it. I didn't do it. It really fell apart.
I just want to go back real quick to the
Ooh, more math facts?
because
I've got another math fact.
As
Are
soon
you
as
going to
I-
argue? Because that's just like
No, I'm not gonna
amazing-
argue.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I said, I didn't learn that in engineering school, I thought, I don't know. I feel like I have a formula for that. The equation for the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So,
Wow. Circumference of a circle is pi times diameter. Did you ever learn that?
No, actually. We
I
had
did, which
yeah.
is
So
radius
that makes,
twice.
yeah.
Did you
x
know
is
that?
equal to the opposite
Yes.
of b plus minus the square root.
B squared minus
Minus
4ac all over 2a.
What is that the formula for?
Quadratic.
Quadratic.
formula.
There you go.
What math fact time? 1 million seconds was 11 days ago. 1 billion seconds was 31 years ago. 1 trillion seconds was 31,000 BC.
Well, if you believe the Earth is at all.
Yeah, let's get into it. New Earth versus Old Earth.
Did I tell the story about how my mother? Have I told the story to the recties? My mother got upset I think I did, at the Grand Canyon tour guide.
I don't think I heard this.
I don't know.
This is a great
If so,
side
it's
story.
old enough that I don't
I've been
remember.
thinking about working on stage one day. Recties let me know. So the short of it is Grand Canyon, family vacation, wonderful. We're listening. My parents came prepared. They found this guy, like as you drive through, it's GPS technology.
yeah.
And like we're now approaching this. They talk about it. It's
One
actually
of the
very
Road to
Yeah.
it's
Hana
great.
kind of
It's
things.
very cool.
On your
At
left.
some point, we're really enjoying it. We had put Bob back on, learning. They get to one, like here's some guys over here. You see this certain coloring here. It's very interesting. Those are single cell organisms, and those very organisms were the dawn of all of existence, where we come from, or something to that extent. And it got kind of quiet because you could feel the car
not-
was kind of like
Not the dawn of
might have
existence.
split the room, and I was like, I'm not sure I like Bob all that much anymore. And we didn't listen to Bob anymore. We just it was just funny. None of us argued. None of us said anything. It was like, all right, we'll say goodbye to Bob. That's okay. We'll wrap it up.
That is great. Yeah, I mean, she's just arguing like, you think the Colorado River made all this? I need you to listen to something of
Track the
that I have.
genealogies.
Yeah, she gives him like a just audiobook of the Bible. Here's my Bob. What do you think of that? Genesis.
Well, good. 2 pi r. Look at her. Biomedical engineer.
Yeah, I haven't thought about those formulas in a very long time.
What else do you know? Not in general, but with pi.
With pi,
How many can you do? 3.145863.
3.14
4159.
265 3.
Go off, Derek.
wow.
I had more.
I definitely did. Did you guys at some point in school? It's like they were going to give you extra credit, like if you could be the most to memorize.
Right. There's always a goober kid.
Yeah.
You could do like 50 digits.
Yeah.
That was Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, it was Pi Day recently. We didn't really celebrate that.
We did miss Pi Day.
No.
Shame.
Alternative wedding people did, though.
Let's go. Let's show the Christian activewear, shall we? Would you lead us down this road? I haven't seen this.
I've been needing some new workout stuff. So
Yeah, Katie, you're in for a treat here. Have you ever wanted to show your faith on your butt, skin tight?
We talked
Well,
about
I have
how,
a product for you.
Okay.
My algorithm's
Wow.
going to be wild after this one.
How our Christian activewear brand can help you become more confident as a Christian in the gym. First, you want to
she gave
be
us a
bold
peek
and
there.
share the
Be
gospel
bold
with
and share the gospel with
someone
someone.
that you know.
Watch it.
Next, you want to show your faith through our Proverbs 31:25 leggings.
Proverbs 31,
Last, you
one
want to know that
love.
your strength comes from the Lord Jesus and partnering with Him during your workout. Hallelujah. How
I
our
like
Christian
the
how our
text I
Christian
thought she was going to
activewear
cover Boo
brand
the whole
can help you
time.
become
And then a
more
little
confident
bit
as a
of-
Christian
Gives
in
you
the gym.
Bam.
a
First, you
little
want to be
chance
bold
to
and share the
stumble there.
Yeah. She's got a lot. Not that we need to keep looking, but hey, you guys know we're Christians, all for the message, but how just ironic is it to try and glorify God with skin tight clothing and post it and do it in a way like that?
I know these women. I'm already self-conscious to go to the gym as a man. These women got to be scared to death, right?
It's like a zoo.
Seriously, I think of that. I was like, this girl over there, she's at the gym, she's fit, she's got on skin tight clothing. I mean, I would be terrified if I was her. The amount of guys looking, trying to talk to her. Imagine just coming up to this girl like, "What's up, girl?" She's like, "Oh, are you curious what Nehemiah 8 is?" He's like, "What?"
like, I don't know, your butt just had Jezzer, so everyone's gonna come
I
up and
was
talk
like
to you.
looking at that, and then I was confused.
Yeah, I'm just looking through her other one. I mean, pretty much just every day
What's it
she
called?
posts a new
Jezzers?
give her a shout out. Jezzer. Jezer.
Which I'm like,
Pretty close to Jezebel.
I was gonna say, is it because of Jezebel, which I feel like is not.
Jezzers.
Is that like her name, like, or what? I don't.
Even not great SEO.
Yeah, it's just a lot of. Let's get another one up, Derek. Let's let people
more.
let them watch.
John 3:16 up in the
How I spend time with God at the gym. First, I pull up my favorite Christian book or the Bible. Once I read a page, I start with my next exercise set, which is lunges. Then I start listening to my Christian rap to get me even more pumped. Then I do my next exercise and do
Eat it.
side lunges. Last but not least, I just pray, rest in His presence, but always pray before and after your workout. How I spend time with God.
She has
That's
a lot of time at the gym.
Listen,
let me just tell you.
I'm not ashamed of my faith, whatever. I mean, yeah, she's doing a lot in the gym other than working out.
I mean, I don't have
And she's
time
got
to
a book
read.
out. I mean,
I don't
there's
have time
books
to
on
read
your
a
phone.
book
There's books on
while
your
I'm at
phone.
the gym because I only got so much time. You got to get in and get out.
Imagine the girl. Do y'all ever see people at the gym who are just straight up their music? Like,
Yeah.
they're like kind of rapping and singing it out loud and dancing. I mean, the worst. The worst. And
They're
you see
just
over
in
there,
a
she's doing.
groove.
You're like, oh, that girl's grooving to her own music. I mean, I don't know what she's listening to. It's kind of annoying. You look over, she's got a full book open.
Maybe even a Bible.
You're like, I'm waiting to do
Right. I know. I'm like, yeah.
just the phone at least.
We got one more to watch.
One of the top comments on what I'm looking at says, "I love looking at your faith.
Yeah. Oh no.
Your faith is bouncy."
Look at the lats. Oh, that could have been received well.
Snap.
Was that received well? For our listeners, she's doing a
Surely we're not comparing gains with being crucified
doing
for
a
the sins of
pull-up
the world.
and does like a
flash
cut back and
yeah.
forth to Jesus on the cross.
I'm not religious, but this seems against the
and
rules.
she's doing lunges and cutting it with Jesus carrying his cross up
no.
to Calgary.
You know when she thought of this? She's like, "This is the most genius way to market anything in the world."
That was probably not.
That was awesome.
I was listening with audio only, and it flashed at me. I was like, "Oh no!"
That might have put a halt to that business.
Yeah. I feel like if she didn't, I feel like it could have gone pretty well in like a certain crowd, but that, I don't know, that maybe the crowd likes that too. I don't know.
Then again, it might be working. I mean, she's getting millions of views, so she's making some deals. On her website, it says she sells or she ships worldwide.
I wonder if she
There you
uses
have it.
ship
Remind you of anyone?
I wonder if she uses
Jesus.
ShipStation.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, we'll
great
hit her
thought.
up.
Which, by the way, we have merch. The Correct Opinions merch is almost gone. We're doing a clean out. I got a wet marked way down. Get you some. My mom bought a couple shirts. She waited till they're half off. But so get them. The last few left. Might have to get out some new fresh merch. Okay. What else? How long have we been going? I know.
30 minutes.
Okay. We'll make sure we get to everything. Let's do. I'm excited for the Indian bride here. This happened a few weeks ago. One of the richest men in the world, the richest man in Asia, Indian billionaire. They threw this like multi-day, bajillion-dollar wedding. Rihanna performed at it, and the bride made a speech, and the speech, beautiful,
Okay.
you know, but people started to maybe recognize some similarities. Just take a look here.
Because we need a witness to our lives.
What you really find is somebody to witness your life.
There's a billion people on the planet. I mean, what does any one life really mean?
There are over 1 billion people on this earth, and what does one life really mean?
But in a marriage, you're promising to care about everything. The good things, the bad things, the terrible things.
This is from the
mundane
rom-com
things.
Shall We Dance?
But when you find somebody to promise you to care about everything. The good,
I've had that
the
groom as an
bad,
Uber
the
driver.
beautiful, the bold, the sad, the mundane.
All of it, all the time, every day. You're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it.
You say, I will see you every day. Your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it.
Your life will not go unwitnessed.
She's not even talking to him.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's reading off the teleprompter.
Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will witness it.
He doesn't seem too happy about it, honestly.
He's just looking. He's like, I'm gonna kill that one. I'm gonna kill that one.
Trey. Trey.
Not all billionaires are evil. They're not. You're
That-
right, Katie.
But, and so
And he's overweight, and that's a monogamous situation. So I'd like to point that out.
We don't really know that. But I do. So at no point.
That's a word for word.
I know. But at no point, like, she alluded to, like, you know,
Not like a works cited or something.
You know, just like I've heard this saying before, and then
I've heard
kinda-
this saying before. 5-minute speech. No, they're so rich that has to be. Here's a written speech for you. It's a very high profile wedding,
Yeah.
and yeah, just someone in India. They're like, I watched the 2004 American movie. Beautiful speech.
It's
No
not
one-
even like a popular movie. Not even that
Nobody
good of
will-
a speech.
Well, that's what they're hoping. I mean, if there is no social media, no one ever at that wedding would probably find out that that speech was copied, right? Like,
It's just amazing someone figured that out.
Yeah, that is impressive. You would think if you are this rich, you paid Rihanna $6 million to perform at it. You're gonna have some eyeballs. You're gonna have some
yeah.
some more scrutiny. So
Yeah.
don't plagiarize the
Well,
speech.
she read this and she was like, "This is pretty good."
Beautiful.
It's exactly how I feel. That's why I'm gonna deliver it stone cold.
Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will witness it. It's kind of beautiful. There's ChatGPT.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one can tell if ChatGPT wrote it, right? What is Chat? Maybe ChatGPT did him dirty, right? Beautiful. Oh, do you hear Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Thomas is crazy,
What's he up to?
running around. Just a side note, boys. I know. I've heard boys are easier later on, which kind of makes sense, right? The girls, you know how women are.
Oh, really?
No, but they're going through a lot more. A lot more's put on them. But man, we like FaceTimed our niece, who's like the same age, and she's just sitting there cutely, quietly, looking, and she goes night night, and Thomas, it's like he just runs and screams. It's very entertaining.
There's a huge
Very fun.
difference. I have.
Yeah, you got both.
Otto's just about
man.
to turn 11 months old. First boy. I had 2 girls before. 9-day difference.
Really?
I mean, it's real.
We have we'll hopefully the rest are all girls. No, I don't believe that. It's really fun.
It is.
I'm not
fun.
complaining at all.
It's tiring
hilarious.
sometimes, but it's fun.
sometimes tiring, but it's unbelievable how What's the Brigazzi bit? He's like, we watch each other's kids.
gave them a
I gave
princess.
And they threw a bobcat in my house.
That is, I feel like, how I'm a little worried that,
It's not gonna be fair.
yeah,
Trade.
it's going to be like, but he's really sweet. He's not like mean, or he just has a lot of energy.
So I thought that was fascinating. Shout out to the speechwriters over there. They thought maybe I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tell my buddy, if you got a big speech coming up for a wedding, look up some like Indian rom-coms. They probably
Steal
some
from
good
them.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
have a
no idea.
matron of honor speech coming up.
Oh my goodness, I never thought of that.
Bollywood.
Are you doing a rehearsal dinner or at the wedding? Has that been told to you?
Rehearsal dinner.
Dang.
Oh.
Not
like-
as many.
or like-
What are y'all team wedding or rehearsal dinner
For what?
for the speech? For like, would you rather hear the speeches at the rehearsal dinner or at the wedding?
Rehearsal dinner.
Yeah, I'm team rehearsal dinner because I bombed at a wedding one time, so that would have been much better at a rehearsal.
That's tough.
Try to be funny, did not.
Really? Do you remember the joke? Or
He
were
was a
there
short
laughing?
guy, and so I kept making short jokes, but people thought I was talking innuendos about how little
Oh,
he was.
bummer.
Oh yeah, like,
Wow.
no, it's
Yeah.
it's actually really innocent.
Wow.
Look at him. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I think weddings I'm down for like father the bride speech.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
a
yes.
couple like good speeches, but yeah, not popcorn speeches. Not at
But-
the wedding. No way.
Father of the bride. Agree. Do you best man and maid of honor at the wedding too?
Yeah, I think so. I think you get.
Did we? We did. We only did
We only did rehearsal dinner.
rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like hearing the best man and maid of honor. Definitely not the open season, like open mic night. Come
I
on
also
up.
just,
Yeah.
I'm personally, I mean, we didn't do it. We didn't do an open mic. We just kind of, I asked my bridesmaids, I said, if anyone would like to speak, tell me now. I will put you in the list. But we're not going to do this like,
Oh, I did tell
Oh,
people
wow.
in my family, you straight up can't talk.
Get it out of your system.
Yeah,
at the rehearsal
they're
dinner.
like, all your cousins want to say something. I'm like, well, we just have them put their heads together and one of them.
because you
Just
either,
we already have 11 speeches.
find
Right.
like a common
'Cause-
theme.
And I know but
it's very
I just
sweet.
try to
but
take pride. You know, obviously, I make fun of all the others I went to that were hours long. I can't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did. They did a great job. Wow. Okay, I'm excited.
When's your
I'm
speech?
very excited to hear you give a speech. I've never
in
heard
May.
you give a speech. Yeah, I have somewhere.
At both of my brother's weddings, right?
Maybe I just couldn't hear it.
Maybe you weren't paying attention at all.
I'm just
up.
joking.
Did I give a speech at Trevor's wedding at the rehearsal dinner?
At the rehearsal dinners,
Yeah, I did. I did good. Remember at the rehearsal dinner?
you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Thank you.
was confident.
Clearly, it wasn't that memorable,
no,
but
Trey-
that's
Well, I
fine.
don't know if
Trey
you remember the
texted
night
me.
I tried to put it on my brain. It was the 3 hours of speeches.
Yeah.
They did open mic night, which is what they wanted.
Yeah.
And everyone was having a good time, but
Yeah.
you know, I was the in-laws. I didn't know anyone there.
I don't know if this ever happened to you. I found myself in a very unique situation at my rehearsal dinner. One of Rachel's friends went up and is like talking about, just about Rachel and growing up together or whatever. And then she starts talking about, and then I met Jake and she introduced me to him. And she starts saying these things that are very nice and very sweet, but are just straight up not true about me. Like I remember the first thing he said when he introduced me, when Rachel introduced me to him. And like I didn't say that, I didn't do that. Like I'm not going to stop the speech.
Okay, hold
but-
on, hold on.
Wow.
But, like,
wow.
I guess Rachel and I will just laugh about it later, I guess. Like, it's all good things. But I'm like, if this is how you romanticize this, I mean, I can't trust you for anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this how you retell stories? Is this what your memory is like? It's not how I win at all.
That was funny.
I like to call this a tall boy.
Really?
I'm pointing to Jake.
Is that? Oh.
I believe in you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this can is coincidentally enough called a tall boy. It's a Liquid Death can. I'm sure you're thinking, what is this crazy green can? What is it? Are you drinking a beer on the job?
What is that? A Guinness?
No. Happy St. Patty's Day, though. It's Liquid Death.
Liquid
This is
Death.
their severed lime flavored sparkling water. I love Liquid Death. Liquid Death, what is it? Okay, why it's a healthy beverage brand. Why would a healthy beverage brand be called Liquid Death? Because Liquid Death will brutally murder your thirst, and their infinitely recyclable cans are helping bring death to single-use plastic bottles. Liquid Death also donates a portion of profits from every can sold to kill plastic pollution.
A lot of death going on. Death to bad things. I've been drinking one this whole episode, and it's very interesting because your brain expects something different, and then your mouth just tastes refreshing water.
I'm getting hooked on it.
It's very nice. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Katie, tell them what they can do to get theirs. Try it themselves.
You can get free shipping of Liquid Death's Mountain Water, flavored sparkling, and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime, or grab a can or a case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or on Instacart. Go to liquiddeath.com/Trey to check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages
Focused.
and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/Trey, liquiddeath.com/Trey.
Not bad.
The glare of the light almost got me.
Speaking of all the Indian wedding stuff, I also came across this. This is kind of totally different, but it's a Jim Carrey stand-up bit where he's joking about the Indian people.
Geographically, it's similar.
So there's a segue here.
Okay.
And I just listen.
Great. Love Jim Carrey.
Like, it bothers me that the people in this country and the United States don't know about the incredible pop music coming out of the Middle East right now. I'm totally into it. I'd like to be the one to bring it to the West. Come on, clap your hands. I'll do one of the songs. Just like that. Ha. Keep it going. Yeah. Ha, ha, ha.
He has a lot of energy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's belly dancing. Oh, he's belly dancing.
We don't get to listen to that, you know? Radio is just so much different over there.
What? Where was this?
That was Hottie Bob by Cool Abdul.
You know, I didn't realize
Coming
that
up next
him as a
on
person
Living
is
a
the
Rap,
same as all of his characters in
DJ
movies.
Jazzy Mahachnabar and the Fresh Rafsan Johnny. But first, a word from our hostage. Very mean business.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Dude, isn't that...
What's that from? Early 90s, probably?
Yeah. I mean, there's just... I mean, that's how life works, right? There's got to be something we've done, I've done, we've said that, 40 years from now, it'll be like, oh my gosh, that's just how it works. But that's just the bit. I mean, it's basically like, he was like, what's up with these Chinese people? Big bug, big, and he just did that.
Yeah, that is wild.
It just, yeah. And it was interesting because it was obviously working, but it wasn't crushing. It wasn't like amazing.
I mean, very talented. I mean, the performance of it is unbelievable.
He went all out, but he didn't get like an applause afterwards.
Oh, that just...
Has anyone...
I just was like, wow. Times change, and that's a good thing.
Well,
Progress.
I was like, wait, has anyone seen Jim Carrey in a really long time? No.
No, he has done the, he's really slowed down. He's done the whole, like, when people get so famous and successful, then they do the whole, like,
weird.
I meditate now, and none of this matters.
They started growing weird facial hair. David Letterman did it. Tom Cruise did it. Jim Carrey's doing it.
Yeah.
They get
He's doing
weird.
all that now.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you remember when it switched from like comedy to serious? Remember the movie The Number 23? Anybody see that?
Was it 23 or 20? Oh, yeah, 23. Because, yeah.
It was just
I never
very...
saw it. Really serious.
Yeah, just all of a sudden I was like, this isn't
No.
What happened?
Jimbo.
We like the silly stuff.
Yeah, do the Indian thing again.
He had a weird website tied to it that just was very eccentric. And then...
Yeah, he kind of just became a serious guy. I don't know if he's done much
Yeah,
comedy since then.
Yeah. You have, that's why you have to, because it is, like, even on the smallest scale, right? Like, I'm nowhere near a successful Jim Carrey, but you get tempted sometimes, like, maybe I should put out a country album. It's like, well, maybe just try to keep from being funny, and that's probably good. You got to respect. It's tempting, right? You got to respect.
Tried
Will
everything.
Ferrell.
Yeah.
He's just, I'm just keep hit. He's done a couple serious things.
Yeah, but
I'm going to keep hitting you with comedies.
Right. He's not trying to do stand-up. He's not trying to do social
Right.
media. He's just comedic actor.
Got it. And he's just giving us gold after gold. Oh, well, Derek just sent that to his whole family tree. So.
Best video ever.
I'm just still. I guess I've never watched Jim Carrey's like stand up. Didn't realize like his real mannerisms were so similar to like his crazy characters that are on.
Oh yeah,
TV.
I mean, within that you could see his talent, right? I mean, it was funny then, but
Have you seen Bob Saget's stand-up?
Now
Yeah,
that's-
that was a big departure from
That is
Danny
different.
Tanner.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. That's probably the biggest 180, but he did them simultaneously. It's kind of
Yeah.
not a lot of people did it like that. It's like the Hannah Montana back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody ever
boom.
see Kramer, Michael Richards stand up?
No, really,
Oh, really?
Is it wild?
He just, I don't know what it's like normally, but he kind of got famous, I don't know, what, 10 years ago or whatever, just had an outburst, a racially charged outburst on stage. Not a good look.
Yeah, it's not good.
So, but Kramer's hilarious.
The character though, brilliant. Okay, where are we at? Let's do a quick Jude update.
Yeah, Katie
boy.
was asking about this before we started recording the podcast. We're like, let's just talk about it on there. Everyone's favorite
The
12-year-old.
young Gary V.
Yes.
we
Yeah,
reviewed him
yeah,
a
yeah.
couple months
If
back.
you remember, follow me for more tips like this. That guy. I still follow him, but the content has changed somewhat. So if you want to pull up his Instagram, Derek, I'll point you a couple videos to look at. Let's look
How many followers is he at? Is
we're
it growing?
150,000.
I don't remember what he had.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's do that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
When was this posted?
Like a week or so ago.
Oh.
A mask because I don't have a vaccine. When more people die from the vaccine than actually COVID, guess what? I'm not wearing a mask. The majority of the population never wanted to wear the mask. They were complying. If the government can make you do something when it has no purpose, what else can the government push on you? If we all took a stand and didn't wear a mask, nobody would wear a mask. You need to stand for what's right. Follow me for more tips like this.
Still got the signature tagline.
Our video's demonetized.
Yeah, it's funny to post that in March of 2024.
I was going to say, what? He's
what-
just now learning these things.
Yeah, what happened to the entrepreneurial stuff? We're getting a little. I like the music behind it. Is
The music is a little creepy. So yeah, every now and then I just notice like, oh, well, that's different than what it used to be.
it was so
Let's
lighthearted.
do the one of
it was
the-
just like keep grinding. No, oh,
The thumbnail of him up in the sky.
up in the sky.
See it, Derek?
Oh, I see, up on the like cell tower or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tower, and this tower's huge. Kid, I always wanted to climb this 50-yard tower, and this tower's huge. But I've matured. I'm not a kid anymore. Times have changed. Psych your mind. Live your dream life, or it's going to be taken from you. Follow me from when I was a kid, I always
Get down! he's hanging one hand, taking a selfie.
Oh, my gosh.
Live your dream life.
And then the wind cuts off his follow me for more tips
Live
like
your
this.
dream life. You can do it.
Oh my gosh, that makes me think of that movie. What was that movie, Trey, where those two girls climb the tower? They're like rock climbers. And
That
they,
was a
like,
fun movie.
That I
The Dawn Wall. Is that it?
no,
Movie.
Free.
it wasn't. It was like they were rock climbers, but they were like,
Fall.
let's climb this
The word fall.
super tall cell tower, and then
Like
the
a ladder
ladder
breaks, so then
breaks.
they get stuck.
They get stuck up
It's
at the
2
top
hours.
of this cell tower in the
Oh,
middle of
the top.
nowhere.
Those movies, I'm a sucker for those movies. You see there's like another one I want to watch where the guy gets stuck just on a ski lift.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Have you watched the movie?
At least one of those where are wolves involved.
I haven't watched it yet. I watched it. Hey! And there's another one where
spoiler.
they're like out on a boat in the ocean and they all get in the water and no one puts the ladder down.
I watched the
Okay,
recap today of that.
Yeah.
Not online, like where
Just-
it went a spoiler of it.
I'm a sucker for those simple movies. Oh yeah, climb the tower. Wait, we're stuck. Oh,
Did you
go
watch?
skiing. We're stuck.
Did you watch Gravity?
Got married. Stuck. Gravity. Oh yeah,
That was
the
a stressful
OG.
one.
Which one was that?
Stuck in outer space. It was what?
Clooney.
Clooney and
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock?
Bullock. Yeah.
Best Picture nominee.
What was that crazy platform movie where they like?
That was on Netflix. I
That
like the
was-
thriller movies.
That was horrific.
Platform.
I really remember Fall because we watched it when Thomas
Platform.
was maybe like, I don't know, 6 weeks old. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I really cannot watch this right now. This is really, really stressful. I can barely, like, I'm way too postpartum to watch any of this.
fragile.
Yes, I was so
Platform on Netflix was the premises. You're in a prison with like I don't know. It doesn't. I guess you find out later how many, but maybe hundreds of stories.
Okay.
Platform. And a platform comes in the center. They start at the top, filled with food, and it slowly goes down. And so if you're at the very bottom, you get the scraps.
which
Oh.
is usually like no food.
So if it's like, are you going to be kind of kind and like leave a little food, or people just eat as much as they can?
Oh, they're definitely going to eat as
and
much
then
as they can.
every now and then they switch, and it's just like luck of the draw. Oh, I'm way at the bottom now. I know I'm eating scraps.
Oh. Like a Stanford prison experiment a little bit. That's fun. That's interesting. Rachel and I last night watched the movie called Split. You ever seen that? 2017.
Oh, I went to the Split personality.
Yeah.
Good.
Decent. I mean, the main guy does a great job. He's got 24 different personalities and like flip between them mid-scene.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Are
got
they
the
all
girl from the
bad
Queen's
ones?
Gambit. No, there's one that's like a sweet 9-year-old boy with a lisp. So that one's nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Does they have any like silly ones?
He's a woman once. But yeah, mainly just the 9-year-old boy one's kind of funny.
Do like one, the one's like a comedian comes in. What's the deal with captivity?
It is interesting. I was hoping I would learn more about what do they call it, dissociative identity disorder. Because in the movie, it's like, oh, this character has diabetes, so he's taking insulin. But it's like, well, that's still the same body as the other one. Like, how does this work? Can the other one fight off
a documentary into here a little
yeah,
bit?
I wanted to learn more than I did.
Interesting.
Like,
Real
it's
quick,
just drama.
we'll explain this. So yeah, I don't know. Judah, he's climbing. He's doing dangerous stunts. He's
doing stunts. He's doing vaccine content.
Do you think he got in trouble after that video? Do you think his parents are on social media?
Like, all right, you need to cool it
wonder.
a little bit.
I like to think they're not. Like they're probably those parents that just give the kid the phone. Like just leave us alone. Do the phone to the phone. Can you imagine one day finally being like, "What's he up to on the Instagram?" Like, oh my god.
Yeah, you just have no idea this is what your son is doing on Instagram.
He has been up to some stuff.
Okay, let's get to some segments.
Let's do it.
Been a little while. Correct opinions time. Correct opinion. You have a correct opinion for us, Jake?
Yes, Rachel and I were talking about this. We agree. Our correct opinion is we need to stop calling. I'm sorry if anyone in this, you guys both have young boys. Sorry this has happened. We need to stop calling young baby boys heartbreakers. We need to stop describing them as this.
Oh.
I think it's very strange when people are like, he is going to be a heartbreaker. Because what it implies is, one, that baby is attractive.
Yeah.
And women are going to find him attractive, but he is going to treat them poorly. Yep, I can see it now. Yes, he will lure them in and he will spit them out. Oh, that's your baby right there. Yes, he is going to do that to them in 10 to 15 years. He is going to
Got a regular Nick Cannon on our hands over here. He's going to make the rounds.
Telling someone else
It's weird.
that their baby is going to break girls' hearts is very strange. Yet it's very common to like see a cute
It
baby.
is, yeah.
He's going to be a heartbreaker.
It is.
Don't say that about my kid. No, he's not.
I definitely have never said that about Thomas.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we haven't.
No, but I don't know if I feel like people have made references to, I don't know if anyone said those exact words, but like something along
nearby.
those lines of like,
He's going to wear Jezz or Activewear.
yeah,
We do these things with babies, children that I think, we don't think through what they mean.
Yeah.
You just kind of label kids. I think that does matter a lot. Like, I was raised, this was no one's fault. It was also the time, but it was like me and my sister, just us two, a year apart, very close. And they're always like, well, Trey, math, science. Casey, draw, creative art.
Paint, write, cook.
And I was like, well, that's just boy, girl is what you're doing. I don't, look at me now. I'm a creative.
so
Thespian.
creative.
But it is, you just subscribe this to it. And then for many years, I'm like, I need to go build bridges, I guess.
Totally. Everyone just told me I need to be an engineer.
I
was
like
like,
the,
I got to figure that out.
Yeah, I don't care if they're functional. I want them to be pretty.
Can I put glitter on them? Can I put glitter on the trusses?
I went to a county fair that had a baby pageant where they judged babies.
Yeah, no.
Just purely off of looks, or is
Yeah.
there any like walking or
Nope, just
No technique or anything.
no
gross.
technique?
No.
Baby pageant. That's a good. Was that Iowa?
close. Northern Missouri, right on the border. It was the last county before Iowa.
The last county for Iowa. Now that's a movie I would go watch. That's fun. So
Wow.
anyway, my correct opinion is just I guess specifically the word heartbreaker. Maybe someday once we have a kid, I'll learn new terms that people are calling babies. But specifically that one, Rachel and I were like, that's weird that they do that. It's pretty common to do
It's
that.
good. Do you
That
think
is
of any
good.
others? Trying to think.
Or if it's like a female baby, she is gonna be a slut. You guys hear that one?
Yeah, all the time.
I'm sick of
No.
that.
And I always kind of side eye.
Oh my
No. Isn't that weird?
And I used to say it, but now I've learned. I'm
Once
better.
you think about it.
Yeah, I don't say that
put on
anymore.
anyone, yeah.
I'll have to like pay attention more. I feel like people make comments like that when you like just kind of like, oh, you meet them at a coffee shop and they kind of like say something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's not like someone that you know close usually that will say things like that.
Yeah, like an older lady at a coffee
Yeah.
shop is saying that.
Like
yeah,
on an airplane or something. People
Calling little girls.
No.
Saying what?
Saying things like seem a heartbreaker. Like I think people have said like, ooh, the ladies are gonna love him, like about Thomas. Even though a lot of people can't tell if he's a boy or girl. So
He's going to be gay and the ladies are going to love him.
He seems really friendly.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Any other correct opinions? Katie? You had a lot
You fired up anything?
lately?
I've been fired up about a lot of different things recently, but I don't know if there's any.
Anything, Derek?
one
I
in
texted you
particular.
guys about something where I said the juice isn't worth the squeeze, and I hated that I texted that. I just didn't have another thing to say like it's not worth it.
You're upset at yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, we were all a little upset.
Yeah.
We texted separately.
We did.
That's a great correct opinion, though, because you do get older and you say idioms like that. Like, why did I just... I've said 3 times last week, well, I think I said it on this podcast, the short of the long is...
I didn't hear it.
Why am I starting to say
I
that?
don't know why you're saying that.
It's upsetting. You're right.
Yeah, we all have a couple. I think I say at the end of the day a lot. I like to...
Oh, yeah.
Let's look at the end of the day.
That's great.
I like that one. You know, hey, correct opinion. You know which one I'm sick of? Speaking of juices and squeezing. Apples to oranges. Can't compare them. Can't compare fruit?
Yeah, pick more opposite things.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't compare apples to Jews. Something...
That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. That would... Why would I do that?
Can't compare iPhones to Neptune. You're right. I don't even know where I'd start.
No, I don't.
That's tricky.
They're both, yeah.
Have people said that to you recently? Like, I couldn't tell you the last time I heard that.
Apples to oranges?
Yeah.
I don't know, Katie. He's just saying in general.
You know what? Just it's an improv podcast. I'm doing my best here on the fly.
Well, maybe
and had
be a
that one
little bit
written
more
down.
up to date here. We're not in the 1990s.
All right.
That could be a nice addition to the podcast. As we riff and do improv, she's like, that's not true.
I wouldn't do that on stage.
That's not correct.
Yeah. Try again.
Okay. Speaking of being correct, though, Jake, you put you in the seat of power here. We need to judge Jake.
You got it.
It's been too long.
I know. We've been able to decide on our things in our marriage without you, Jake, for a
Harmonious.
while.
We've been harmonious. Thank you, Judge.
Court's in
Can I
session.
start my opening statement?
Go ahead.
And I like to start.
You must know I've been watching Suits a lot, so I'm pretty up to date
Oh,
with
yeah, you know the things.
criminal justice
Okay, I'll
system
start.
now.
I think
Perfect.
it's best.
This is definitely criminal. Go ahead, Trey.
Opening statement. So, we have a child. We just bought a house. Little news for the Recties.
Congratulations.
The studio. It's going to be a new studio in the next month or so. We're doing the old classic, got to get in the school district. But, lots going on. Moving is obviously very annoying. We have a child, which is busy. We got the special coming up, tour dates still, family time, normal people stuff. Busy. So we really try to be good about doing the calendar. And I'm grateful that Katie allows me to prioritize my friendships, just as she does. We try to spend time with our friends.
Okay.
And each year, as you guys know, we do an annual Vegas trip, me and my buddies.
Ah, yes.
We've got that planned for later this year.
Great.
It'll be a 7th annual. It's a great honor.
Great.
I have another group of friends. Those are my college friends.
Great.
I have my hometown friends that we've been doing a fantasy football league for 15 plus years. Very special. And we have a realistic goal of getting together for the draft biannually.
Is this Polly?
No.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Every other year.
Okay, thank you.
I should have just said that.
Which one of them is
Apples and
big?
oranges.
Okay, got it.
And that is happening this year, late summer.
Got it.
And I now have my new Kansas City friends. Some overlap with all of these, of course, but group where they say, you know what, guys, we haven't done this as a group here. A buddy has a lake place a few hours away. Let's do a lake weekend. So immediately I'm like, oh yeah, love that. And then Katie pauses. She goes, so three guys weekends this year. And I go, when you put it that way, but I'm giving you a heads up. Sorry, I've I'm trying to develop so many male friendships that I feel like are very important.
Yeah.
Our son, we want him to have great male friendships.
Yeah, do you value male to male connection? Mm-hmm. I sure do.
And and so I said, you know what, 3, maybe a little much. The other, Vegas is always going to happen. That's a 3-night event. The fantasy football
Is it
a
the
two-night
bisexual
event.
one?
The bisexual one.
Got it.
Is a 2-night event.
Got it.
And this one, I said, you know what, it'll be a 24-hour. I won't do 2 nights.
Okay.
I'll leave first thing Saturday morning. I'll be back first thing Sunday morning.
Okay.
And to me, Your Honor, I think, it is a lot to ask, but it's not easy trying to maintain so many great friendships that I think is very important. And that's my opening statement.
Thank you. Thank you. Kathleen?
I have so much to say.
Great job not saying it yet.
I want to note the attitude.
Just pure logistic wise, he failed to mention that this weekend.
He is the plaintiff. Thomas, got it.
Yes. Failed to mention that this weekend that would just be a, all day Saturday into Sunday event would be one of the weekends we were trying to move.
Oh, you did leave that out.
Yeah. Specifically move his work studio. Specifically.
So I don't see how that would involve her, Your Honor.
So that's just like
Derek do it all.
logistically.
Derek and the Movers. They're all from Missouri.
That doesn't really make sense. Also, I would like to say that this group of guys that he would be going on this third trip with, he sees at least once a week currently, probably 2 or 3 times.
Which group is it the weekend of moving?
The Kansas City friends.
Bible study, men of God.
Yeah, his Bible study group, which is also our friends.
Yeah, you do see him all the time. And that's probably third on like the importance of like.
Well, he's already
Vegas
committed to the other
fantasy.
2. So so we've, and yeah, I'm happy. I'm so glad that he is doing these trips with his guy friends. But 3 in a year where we are moving, and also he did forget to mention he is touring every other weekend.
Objection.
It was somewhat brought up.
Objection, Your Honor. That's my job. It's not my fault. My job makes me have fun on the weekend.
I don't care. I'm glad you have fun on your job. I'm just saying that is one more weekend you're gone in the month. And so therefore, if you leave this particular weekend, you would be gone 3 weekends in that month.
Well, some wives' husbands moved to Iraq for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, you are not in the military, so I didn't sign up for that.
I'm just grabbing at straws. To be honest. Thank you for your service, everyone. That was a huge sacrifice.
I feel yes.
So I can do 3 guys trips a year.
Yes, thank you for your service, but you're not in the military. So there is a lot more. If you need more evidence, there's a lot more I could say, but I feel like that probably suffices.
Pretty strong so far. What if Kansas City Bible Study Group do it a weekend when you're not moving? What if they agree, hey, Lake Day, let's wait till it's warmer out anyway? And now it's the week after Memorial Day.
There is a higher possibility that he could do that, but still not 100%.
Hey, all right. Helping you out a little bit.
Yeah, thanks, Your Honor.
Yeah, I think Trey cannot go to Lake Day the weekend of the move. But I move that we get the owner of the lake house in here and see if we can rearrange the weekend.
The unfortunate thing about this is that Trey is the person who really encouraged this person to make a boys'
That's also a small
weekend.
detail where I was like, wait, come on, man, it's time we do it.
Come on, dude, you've been wanting
Invite
this.
us to your lake house, set
So
it up.
he didn't really think
So
through
I'm in a pickle,
that.
to be honest.
But
I'm in a real pickle.
that's kind of your own fault, so I don't really.
Yeah. So thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Keep everyone posted.
Yeah, that was
Figure that
that
out.
was good. It was good. It was fun when you brought up Iraq. That was good.
I get that was a desperate move. I want to apologize to any married couple dealing with that. That is an amazing sacrifice. Let's end up with a couple fan videos. We'll wrap it up. Again, send us in your fan videos. What do you want us to hear, say? Correct@TreyKeener.com is the email. Correct@TreyKeener.com. Or hit up the Instagram, okay? What's up? Who do we got?
Hey everybody, my name is Katie. I currently live in Utah,
No
but
way.
I'm originally from Boise, Idaho. So Trey, when you announced a show there, I did pay attention, unlike most people on Instagram. And I sent it to all my family members, and I told them to go out and support. Because
Thank you.
my friend and I are going to your second show in Salt Lake. So we're super excited about that. We went a couple years ago when you were here and we had a blast and knew that we had to go again. So we also got custom t-shirts to wear, and we hope that you'll notice them and that they make you laugh. We will be on the first row, so hopefully that ups our chances.
Let's go.
We're just super excited to be there and to go in a few weeks. The second thing I have, and last thing I have, is for Jake. So I follow all of you on Instagram, and when you go through Instagram Reels, it shows you videos that people you follow have already liked.
Bring it on.
And I just noticed a trend that I thought was the best. And it was anytime there was a video of old people dancing to like a hard rap or a hard hip hop song,
Yes.
Jake had already liked the video.
Yeah. Yes.
And I was like, that's kind of funny. Like the first 1 or 2 times that I saw it, I was like, that's awesome. He likes those too. Like I always thought they were funny. But then I noticed like it was every single time.
Oh yeah.
Every time I had a video of old people dancing to hard rap or hard hip hop songs, like
It's in the comments.
songs
Get
that
it,
just
Janice.
went nuts. Jake had already liked the video, and I just thought that was really funny. So anyway, thanks for all you do. Thanks for your content. You make me laugh every single week, and I still listen to the pod every single week. So thank you again.
Thanks, Katie. We've seen Salt Lake. Spelled the classic way.
Classic.
I know exactly what she's talking about.
Show us, Eric.
It's
Yeah, she sent
called
examples.
Eggs Tyrone. Look up Eggs Tyrone on Instagram. It's your
All
new
old people
favorite
dancing.
Instagram account.
All old people dancing.
Eggs?
Not as, yeah.
EGGS.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a made up account. This guy will like find videos of people dancing and dub it with his own music. So it's not always old people. It's just like,
I saw this video.
see, a lot of people watch it.
She's an old woman getting it. Terrific.
She's doing a workout video.
Yeah. So that's the whole Instagram page. It's just like, I mean, he'll find a group of like Korean kids at PE and just put the craziest rap song you've ever heard over the top of them dancing.
That's
It's
good
awesome.
stuff. That never fails.
I love it.
That is good stuff.
So-
Okay. We got one more. Thank you, Katie. Eggs Tyrone, shout out. The caption of that one is snuck up on Big Mama teaching some Zumba, baby. Fire emoji. All right, who else? What's up?
Hey guys, this is Caleb from Maryland. You all were talking last week about lies that you believed as a kid, that you believed for years. And that reminded me that somebody told me as a kid that if you could lick your elbow, that you would turn gay. And I remember I like tried it a couple of times and I couldn't make the reach, which was a big relief for me. But there was one kid in my church who was a little bit odd, and he could make the reach. He could lick his elbow cleanly.
Cleanly.
And that really concerned me. Yeah, he ended up growing up and like growing his hair out real long and luscious and moving to Ohio, and I haven't heard from him since. And, who knows? You can only wonder.
What's he licking now?
But yeah, I believed that for years until somebody, told me the truth and set me straight. And now we're good to go, living in reality. You can lick your elbows safely if you can make the reach. So, okay. Love you guys. Thanks for the show. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Caleb.
I love the idea of like your way at like summer camp. Like, all right, Brendan, why don't you be bunkmates with Jensen? You're like, Jensen, can you lick your elbow for me real quick? No?
See,
all right, we're good here.
It's hard to do. Try it. I like that I think you get told a weird lie like that and you're scared of being, different times, and you just say, you'd think you'd be like, all right, I'm not even going to try. He's like, well, let me
try.
Like, what if he could? He'd be like, do I test it or not?
He licks it and it's just like, this is me now. Dang. All right.
I never heard that theory. There's a
I
kid
have
I went
not.
to middle school named Aldo. He could lick his elbow easily, man. I wonder what he's up to.
We just had rollerbladers. That was.
That's how you decided.
Yeah. Too many rollerblading. It sucks rollerbladers got pinned like that because it's fun.
I never heard that stereotype where I grew up.
Skaters put it out.
Yeah, it's a smaller town thing. I
Skateboarders.
skated. We had rock and roller rink night or something.
Yeah,
at the school.
we loved skate night.
It's fun. Did you ever do the four wheelers, or did you always go inline?
Switched over to the 4-wheelers because then those became cool.
Oh, wow.
Oh, those are tough though.
Yeah.
There was always that one or two kids who'd be like, "Yeah, I play hockey, so I'm really good at this," and they'd do the foot over.
Oh, yeah, kind of step
Did you
it
guys
over.
ever play roller hockey?
No.
We did that in our neighborhood. I did it with the boys sometimes.
With the boys.
Okay, Katie could lick her elbow.
Yeah, I see. We didn't have a lot of elbow licking going on. It was a lot of can you lick your nose? We do that a lot. I remember a couple girls doing that, and they were the opposite of gay. They were showing that tongue
Heartbreaker.
off. Yeah.
No, you like playing sports? Are you watching the Women's March Madness, Katie?
Caitlin Clark tonight, 7 p.m.
I'm not.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll tune in for her.
Yeah.
See, this is, I'll just end with this. Thanks to the fan videos. Again, email us, correct@trey.com. The women's sports, Caitlin Clark's put it on the map. We got the Kansas City Current here, first ever stadium in the world, just for women.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. It looks amazing. They're sold out.
Fun colors.
Women's sports do seem to be really, really growing.
Iowa State had a great basketball player. She
Iowa State dropped 40 piece.
Yeah.
But Caitlin Clark, there's a quote from her recently. She's like, "Yeah, for the first time, people are more excited for the women's March Madness than the men's." And then they say stuff like that. We're like, okay, whoa. Don't say something crazy and accurate to make us annoyed. I just don't get why they have to do that. It's improving greatly. They've had certain nights over the season where they did better numbers than the men's. That's true. But I mean, the March Madness is still March Madness.
Here's what I will say. Me and my friends are talking about this. I can name, I think, 4 women's college basketball players. And I think I can name 0 men's college basketball players. Because I don't have a
Had
team.
some star power.
Yeah. It's
She,
impressive.
without a doubt.
A lot of storylines.
And the men's basketball's been, the leagues have been around much longer. So their talent's getting there.
Yeah.
They have Caitlin Clark. They have, the Angel Reese, these like Big Ten players.
Haley Van Lith, Paige Beckers. Big Mama from Iowa State. Rachel kind of knows her, by the way.
Oh, really?
Iowa girls.
And
yeah.
anyone in Iowa. They
They all know
What's
each
her
other.
name?
Yeah.
I forget her name.
The
Does she
Rock.
really go by Big Mama?
No.
She does not. No.
Okay, I was like, why are you calling
It
her
is
that?
apples to oranges.
They don't list the female players' weights, which is interesting. What are your thoughts on that?
I never thought about that.
I want to know.
But I'm good with
her
it.
name was Audi Crooks. I could pronouncing both those wrong, but that's kind of a cool name.
Do they list
Audi
the
Crooks?
men's weight in basketball?
Of course. That's just kind of interesting. That I feel
It
like you
is.
sign up for women's athletics, you're a beast, you're a bruiser, physical contact sport.
Yeah.
What are you rocking?
I know in women's sports they used to do cup size, and then they outlawed that. And so I wonder if weight was
Which
ever.
they should have.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It was for boxing. It was like, well, how much?
Or at least like what if they did like a range? To at least be a little sensitive.
Or like t-shirt size or something.
Like they'd be like, it's one standard deviation from 140.
I mean, all of these girls are like
T-shirt size.
6 feet or over. Their t-shirt size is probably.
And I think it's partly
bigger.
because what men need to be educated. We had this conversation on the road recently where it's like, I think someone asked like, what does Katie weigh? Just shoot me straight.
What did you say?
I said the truth.
I don't remember this conversation.
It was with Alan. Yeah, but it's like
Alan asked how much I weigh.
it came up more organically than that. It came more organically.
I don't have a bone to pick with you.
I'll never forget.
It was the middle of the night. He knocked on Trey's door. Hey, Trey, are you awake?
I
can't sleep. How much is Katie?
Well, it's because I think us men, we just our dumb brains assume women are like these tiny things,
Just feathers.
I mean, they're not that much smaller than us. And there was one time we were hanging with
Especially
good
if you
friends.
marry a giant like me.
And yeah, we were hanging with friends one time, and I made some comment like, "What?" I think I was doing some dumb like big girl joke. What did she weigh? 150 or something? And one of my buddies' wives was like, who's very normal, small size, was like, "I weigh 150." I was just like, sorry.
All guys think girls are like, I weigh 90 pounds.
Yeah.
Seriously. So we kind of do. So be nice. Like Caitlin Clark, 6'1", 155. She's probably 160. I'm just doing it.
She is for
I
sure
don't know.
more than that. Yeah.
That's I'm doing it. 6'1", 155 is so skinny.
Think about a
175.
Yes, think about a 6'1"
She's my
man.
size. I don't know.
Wait, so how much do you think Caitlin Clark weighs?
She's 6'1".
Caitlin Clark.
Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out.
I want to know.
This is a great
I
clip.
need to know her height. Because obviously she is very
she's
fit.
6 foot. Google's telling me 154.
She's how tall? She's 6 foot tall.
6 foot.
Okay, yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah. I mean,
she's pretty lean.
Yeah, she's very fit.
very lean.
She's running all the time. Yeah.
So maybe they do list the weight. Did I make that up?
Or maybe just
No, that's
her
not. Or just people
particular weight.
just guessing.
Yeah, maybe.
You gotta be tricky with this too, because some people just. It's not on their like. They don't list it on ESPN or like Iowa roster. So I don't know if there's someone out there guessing.
I don't think there's any way Caitlin Clark weighs that much, actually.
I think it would be a matter of.
You don't
more.
think she weighs 150?
I don't think so.
Think
Yeah,
of how
she does.
skinny 6 foot. Do you?
Yeah.
I'm 6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah.
I'm like 185. Do you? I can't be that much bigger than her.
I think you definitely are.
You think I'm way bigger than her?
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I hope I look way bigger than.
I do think it's interesting.
girl.
I remember when I was like truly about to give birth, I knew that I weighed.
She's very skinny.
I knew that I
do have bigger
weighed
arms than her.
more than like some of Trey's friends, and I would tell them that I'm like, I weigh more than you.
You're
Right
like,
now.
you want to do an Oklahoma drill?
I was like, is this embarrassing to you? I weigh more than you.
I
mean-
remember when I learned how much Rachel weighed, and I forget what my response was. It wasn't great.
Oh no! What?
Well, I think what I said was, and I meant it as earnestly as I could. I said, what did I say? I thought it'd be more because Rachel and I are like
Compliment.
the same height,
Yeah.
and she weighed like 30 pounds less than me. So I was like,
Right.
oh,
girls are tricky.
where does it go?
Because it's just they're proportionate different. It's just tricky.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I mean, and even within girls, like you can put two girls that are same exact height, that essentially look like they're the same size, and they could be 20 pounds different from each other. Like it's just
That's fun. That'd be a fun game show.
That's with guys too. So you have to keep an account like.
Shoulder width.
Yeah, some guy's got a tiny little waist.
Yeah,
tiny little
turn around.
biscuits down there. You don't know.
Show me your belly button.
you got some bird legs. I mean,
That's true.
So it's hard.
Okay.
It's hard.
Good combo to end on.
I can't wait to hear what you told Ellen.
I told him what you weigh. I mean,
He was so curious.
He's a dear friend, and I know
needed
I
to
know
know.
you well enough.
I really don't care if people know how
Right.
much I weigh.
I
But
know. Some women that doesn't bother them. Some are sensitive. We're respectful of that on this podcast.
I also
Recties,
worked in
if
an
you're
industry
comfortable-
where they judged me based on my body.
Yeah,
size,
that all
so
really
it really
desensitized you.
desensitizes me.
Recties,
Yeah.
email us your weight
Oh my gosh.
if you're comfortable.
No. don't do
Yours,
that.
your guess of Katie, your guess of Caitlin Clark. And
Yep.
and we'll rattle off the numbers
Comment on
next
YouTube.
week. Yeah.
We'll write them off next week.
Don't let us know which number's which.
All right. Love you guys. Subscribe. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Correct opinion.